Gentleness, the fruit of the Spirit. See if you can find a pencil and some paper, and maybe even some coloured pencils too. We're going to do some drawings together. We're going to draw a picture, one part at a time. You don't have to be a fantastic artist. You will know what your picture represents once it's complete. So the first thing we're going to draw is a river or a stream. And it's going to go from the bottom here, and it's going to wiggle its way all the way up to just at the side near the top there. That's the beginning of it. And then let's see if you can get your stream or your river to go up the other side like this. There we go. So we've got a river or a stream. Now it doesn't look much like a stream, so we could maybe put a few ripples in it all the way up. You might want to put maybe a little fish poking its head out like this, or you might have maybe some rings around it to see where it is coming out. You might have, I don't know, a duck. Let's see if we can do a little duck here with a little wing, little head, a little beak. There we go, there's my little duck. Little eye. There we are. And he's going to have some rings around him. Excellent, to show where the water is moving. And then the flow of the river all the way up there. So we've got a river. Lovely. And, I might want to put a few plants next to it. Let's see if we can put some plants coming up here. And maybe we can have some reeds over this side. A few reeds here. And some leaves coming up. Excellent. Right, next we are going to see if we can do a valley. A valley is a path in between two mountains. So I'm going to make my mountain come down like this. And then I'm going to stop there. I'm going to jump over here. And I'm going to make another mountain go all the way up like this. There we go, there's my mountain. And I'm going to see if I can draw a path going through the valley. So the valley comes up to here. I might make it a little bit smaller up here. There we go. And then my path is going to wiggle along the side of the mountain like this. Look. There we go. I'm going to have a little wiggly path all the way along there. And I'm going to wiggle that path back. Nice little path all the way along here. There we go. And it's going to go into that valley. So that's where we go through the valley. You might want to have a tree or something here, so it looks a bit more normal. There we go. There's a quick tree, maybe a big bush this side. There we go. And then I'm going to do a signpost. My signpost is going to be here. So nice big bit in the middle. And let's see if we can do arrow this way, arrow this way. Nice big signpost there. And maybe you might want to have a little bit of grass coming up here. A few plants, maybe some bushes, a stone here. And you might have a tree, another little tree coming up here, like this, look. Or what's my tree like here? Just a few little wavy lines. There we go. It doesn't have to be perfect. Excellent. I might have some rocks and stones on the path. It might be a spotty one like this, with a bit of rocks and stones. Right, next I'm going to do a little path going up the mountain. A very little one here. So it's going to come from off the side, and we're just going to do a little wiggle, wiggle, get smaller towards the top, up to here. Okay, so we're going to have another side here that comes like this, bigger at the bottom, and then smaller as you get to the top. Excellent. Right, and then we're going to do a house at the top. So right to the top here, we're going to do a little house up here. Very simple. Door and a lovely roof there. Okay, and maybe a couple of windows in the house. Oh, there we are. There's our house. Right, now after that we're going to see if we can make some fields. The way I like to make fields is maybe through thinking about some dry stone walls. I don't know if you've ever been to the Lake District. They make walls out of stones all piled up. So I'm going to pile up some stones, just some little circles all the way down. Very rough, That's what they look like in real life, just in a nice straight line all the way down. And I think we're going to get it to go all the way down to the river here, look. So lots of piled up stones all the way down here. Brilliant. Almost there. But that is only one side of our field. We might have a few rocks that have fallen off here, so a bit tumbled down. And then I'm going to have another one that's coming at a slightly different angle, maybe from over here, that side of the mountain, like that. I'm going to do a field here. Now, I wonder what you might live in a field on a mountain between dry stone walls. I wonder if you can think of what animals might be there. Let's have a think. Maybe we might have a few sheep. So we're going to see if we can draw some sheep in here. Oh, I'm going to have a few little stones that have just fallen there. Right, let's have a look. So we are going to have some sheep. Very simple. So little body, little head, little ear, 2 legs at the back, 2 legs at the front, and a little fluffy tail. Okay, you might want to give them a bit of a woolly effect on there. You might be able to do sheep that are much better than mine and much more detailed, but have a go. See if you can do some little sheep and some little feet at the front, little feet at the back, and maybe a woolly tail. I might have another sheep down here. He wandered off from the others. There we go. And he's got his head up here and a little ear, 2 little feet at the front and 2 little feet at the back, and a nice woolly tail. Now, over in the corner over here is a big rock. Nice big wiggly rock, and on the side of that rock is balanced something. I wonder whether you know what one of these is. Let's see if you know what one of these is. What's that? That's my shepherd's crook. My shepherd's crook balancing over there. Okay, now on the field, I think we probably needed to have a little bit of grass. It would take forever if we were going to colour it all in grass, so just do some little grassy bits like this that will just help you to show that it's grass in there. Excellent. And then we're going to go, I think, down to the bottom here. So underneath this river here, we're going to draw an enormous picnic blanket. So here's my picnic blanket, and see if you can draw a picnic blanket better than mine. I'm sure you can. Okay, and I'm going to draw on top of my picnic blanket a cup. Here's my cup. Okay, it's just sitting on my picnic blanket. I wonder whether you've had a picnic recently. Now the cup is going to have a few drips coming down the side because it's overflowing. There we go. There's an overflowing cup. So there's a big pile, or a big pool rather, it's sitting in. And to make it look a bit more picnic blankety, I might make it checked. See if we can make a checked picnic blanket like this, look. So all the way along here, trying to keep it even. And there we are. Oh, not quite the same angle, never mind. And across here, across here. There we go, nice checked blanket. I wonder what colour yours might be. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is do a nice big picnic basket. Picnic basket's going to be here. You can do it any way you like. You don't have to do a picnic basket the same as mine. I'm just going to do a sort of a boat shape like this. There we go. And I might want to make it look a little bit basket-like. Don't have to draw all the baskety bits, so just a few stripes and then a mark here and there to show that there's other bits on the basket. And it might have a lid coming up like this, look. So you might have a nice rounded lid coming up. And that might also have some baskety looking shapes on it to help you know that it's a picnic basket. Now I wonder what we might have in our picnic. If it's a feast of a picnic, I wonder what we might have. I like strawberries the best, so I'm going to put strawberries in my picnic. I wonder what you're going to have in your picnic. Definitely strawberries in there. I might have a big long loaf of bread that's coming down here like that. There we go, it's a nice baguette. And maybe some cheese. How would I put cheese on here? There we go, with some holes in maybe, so it looks a bit like cheese. My mouse is nibbled. There we go, that's my little feast of a picnic basket, obviously with lots of other delicious things. Maybe a little chocolate bar coming up here, look. It could be a chocolate bar there. Okay, so that's my picnic basket, and we're going to make sure that it looks a little bit like we're in a nice place with grass. So again, another few flicks here will help it look a little bit like grass. You might have other ways of doing things that look even better than mine, I'm sure you would. Okay, these are just ideas of how we can do our field. Okay, so we've got a little field over there, much more big field towards here because it's closer to the camera. Okay, now next we're going to see if we can do some more grass over here in this field, just to make sure. And then maybe over here I might put some trees, because we might have some trees on the side of this mountain. Again, it doesn't have to be very complicated, just a little rough. Oh, this is just a line of trees here, look. Sometimes that happens, people plant them like that, or sometimes they end up all in a line. So there's a little line of trees. I might put a bit of snow on the top of my mountain, I think, to make it a bit more obvious that it's a mountain. And is the sun shining? Oh, I don't know, I might put a cloud. Just a cloud up there. One of those lovely pink, white fluffy clouds that you get. Oh, you can't see that, there we go. There's snow at the top of the mountain and a cloud over here. Fabulous. Now that is our picture. King David, who is written about in the Bible, wrote many of the Psalms. One very famous one in particular paints a very clear picture of our gentle God. You may spot some of the things in it from your picture. Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd. He gives me everything I need. He lets me lie down in fields of green grass. He leads me beside quiet waters. He gives me new strength. He guides me in the right paths for the honour of his name. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will not be afraid. You are with me. Your shepherd's rod and staff comfort me. You prepare a feast for me right in front of my enemies. You pour oil on my head. My cup runs over. I am sure that your goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life. And I will live in the house of the Lord forever. Even when Jesus was being questioned before being killed, he was gentle with his responses or stayed quiet when he was being accused. He knew God's plan was for him to die, to take the punishment for our sins, so we could be friends with him forever. So he was gentle even with those who were being unkind to him and hurting him. Can we have that same gentleness in the way we deal with others? Can we approach angry, difficult situations with calmness? Can we treat people the way that we would like to be treated, with gentle words rather than cross ones? Let us be more like our Creator God, who created so much for us, so we can enjoy him and be like him.